Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Coffee Rookie Feedback Time, a series where I play games and give feedback. I'll be playing each game for around 10 to 20 minutes and I'll be recording my experience as I play. I'll try to get as far as possible and we'll be talking things like game design, the innovation, incorporation of the theme, art, music, fun and stuff like that. You can check out episode 0 to know more about the idea behind these feedback sessions. And I'll be doing this daily, so I'll be playing around 4 to 5 games per day. And if you have submitted your game, then I'll be definitely playing it. The current games are primary from Blue Jump J 46 and the theme was Keep It Alive. I didn't take part because I was caught up with some work. And before we start with the feedback session, I want you to understand that I'm no design guru. I'm just another guy who likes to play games and help others. The following are my own personal opinion, and I'm sure you as the designer must have thought about the game design. It's just that we are humans and we tend to see our own creation with rose-tinted glasses. And the things that make sense to you might end up becoming confusing for others, and in some cases, underutilized. And the same goes with me. These feedback are organic and not a result of a machine run test. So even I may say things that really don't make sense or not necessary in the context of the game, but if I'm able to help you out even a little bit, then that's more than enough for me. So, without further ado, let's start playing some games now. So the first game is Dragon Eggs by shaolindave. Full screen works in browser, alright. Instructions are also there in game. This is not something that I recommend you doing, is fill up the each page with just instructions of the game. If you would have add something more about the game or the story or the mechanics or something like that, it'll be really better for me as a as an audience, as a member of the audience, to play your game. As a consumer or as a fan, I would expect more than just the instructions in the each page. So maybe think about the story, the mechanics, or the character, anything. It can be anything, just to gain that interest in people. And few screenshots are definitely required. And yeah, that's about the each page. Let's play the game. It's called Dragon Eggs, and I have tried this game before and I forgot recording it. So here we are. So I know the basics of the game. There are multiple modes over here: player versus player, player versus CPU, CPU versus player. I guess this is for selection of color. I don't know if that's the only purpose it's serving. Then is this required or not? And then CPU versus CPU. Alright, so I guess it's the same placement. I don't need instructions, so let's go with player versus CPU. Rolling dice to determine first turn. So how am I supposed to know who's the first turn with this die roll? Maybe it's there in the instructions, so I did not follow. So it's 2 and 2, that's 4. So okay, it's 4 and 3. I guess it's blue's turn. And then the die roll, I guess that's a 5. So right away I would suggest you to keep the dice a bit closer, or maybe much more visible. You can have this over here, maybe a top view over here, a top camera, so that I can clearly see what's the number. Yeah, you are showing me as a GUI item over here, but I would rather have a small screen over here to tell me this than reading something. So let's try to move. An interesting thing about the game is the pathfinding. So we got 5 turns, or It's 5 steps, so I can either send this knight over here, or I can send him here. That's 1 2 3 4 5, like that. 1 2 3 4 5, or here or here. So this diagonal over here till here, or this way. There can be few interesting results because of this. I guess here's a pattern in this, that we can move in these diagonals both ways. So here the only way I can go is here, and then maybe there's no way I can go back, right, at the moment. So let's try to move this guy over here. An interesting take on chess, where randomness plays a very big role, and I don't really know how the enemy AI is working here. Let's see if it's well balanced or not. So we got 8. This is an interesting topic, to be honest. So what's the role of your enemy AI in this game? Is it to make the game interesting or to make it believable? That's one design choice that you have to make. Whether you want to make your enemy act to make the game more interesting, make it more fun for the player, or do you want the enemy AI to be feeling more realistic, or just win the game? Which route do you want to take? So interesting game, interesting choice of everything over here. So I can go over here because I got an 8, and I guess I can move here. Yeah, again this diagonal. So although I can see that there are multiple possibilities, but right now I guess it ends up to the diagonal movements in the end. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure I can't go anywhere else here. I can only go here. So this is like 1 2 3 4. Yeah, I can only here 1 2 3 4. So he'll either come till here and then here and then either here. So it's, although it looks like we have a choice of movement, but I guess it's pretty much limited to the diagonals over here, and then we get the randomness pulled over here, making it feel much more sophisticated. And that's what games are all about. It's all smoke and mirrors, and if it's working out properly, then there's no issue in it. So let's try to play the game for a while now. I'll shut my mouth. Oh god. So the lack of sound effect definitely making the lack of sound in the background is definitely making it feel intense. But there's another way of doing it. Maybe you can have a really small sound. You can have a really low sound going in the background, maybe some bass line with few basic kicks and snares to really build that tension over there if you want to. And then you can have the chords and the strings and all those kind of things if you want to maintain that melancholy feeling. And if you want to make it more intense, then you introduce more flavors. Maybe the person who made this game doesn't know how to make music. I have no idea about that, but something that I would have really appreciated in basic music, something like that. It's again Greenstone. So the minimum number that we can get is 2, and the maximum is 8. God, green is really aggressive. So I guess the role of the AI is to win as soon as possible. Making it more intense on the player. Green got a 2. We lost one guy. I guess we lost 2 of them. Yeah, and so maybe here we can have like, if we lose one, then they can have corpse over here, or maybe a cancellation of the guy. I know you want to make it feel like chess, but something to, it's all extra layers on the game, not really doing much, just making it feel good, feel better. So right now I really can't see the numbers because one of the die is like totally out of the place. So yeah, that's why I was asking for the camera, a top perspective. Got a 4. Let's see what we can do. Let's protect our egg. So clearly it's more about the diagonal movements. So I'll tell you, I can go here or here or here or next up. We got 1 2 3 4. That's the max we can go here. 3 4 1 2 3 4. We should be able to go here and here, but I guess, yeah, so the egg is coming in the middle, so I guess we can't go there. And this guy can go till here, 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 here. Now he can't go here, he can go here. So this can go here, here. Here, let's go here. It's green's turn now. Maybe a shift. Green team rolled a 6. Oh god. Slaughter. Let's see. 4, 6. Can we save up? We need to protect our egg as much as possible. So we can like 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can't do this, I guess. We can go 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can't jump over another knight. 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can't jump over. We can just directly kill them. I don't know. Let's try this. Maybe I'm really stupid. Down, 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 down. 3, 1. Come on. Oh god, 4. This is brutal. I got a 4. Let's. Oh, I'm dead. Oh god. Let's just try to go as close as possible. Where am I lucky? So 1 2 3 4. It's luck. It's pure luck, baby. So let's go here. Let's try our luck. Where's the other die? Yeah. Oh, 5. Oh no, I'm dead. I am dead. Wow. So that's it. And probably I'll be dead in the next turn if this continues, and I'll be losing the game. If it's a 2 or a 2. If it's a 2, I lost. We got a 5. blue's turn. It's my turn and I'm losing. There's not much I can do over here. Let's just go. Go. Luck really plays a huge part in this game. The rolling of the dice really makes it unpredictable. Blue team got a 3. If I get 2, I'm like totally dead. So, and it's quite rare to get a 2, so I guess I am lucky. So it's, oh god. 1 is impossible, so I'm safe here, and 2 is also very rare. 4, okay, can I get it? 1, yeah, I won, I guess. I won. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Damn, I was not expecting to win. Anyway, it's a cool game, and like I said, well balanced. I was not expecting the guy to come over back to me to kill me, so I guess, yeah, they are shifting their priorities from getting to the egg and killing the people. I guess that is what happening, and if that's what happening, then good, fantastic. The first argument that I've kept, whether you want to make the AI more believable, difficult, or do you want to put a challenge for the player. If you could decide that, then it'll be fantastic. And there are multiple ways to do it, and few things that you can improve is audio and all that kind of stuff. Artwork, it's pretty good. I like the style. Maybe few screen shares here and there and few juicy items here and there would make it really pop. Apart from that, a really sweet, fantastic game, I guess. Maybe include few more types of things to move around, few more people, not just knights. That'll make it more interesting, and each of them will have a set way of moving. Some of them can take L turns like this guy over here, and some of them can, do something else. I don't know, think about it. That'll really make this game stand out. And few things like I previously mentioned. I guess that's it for now. If I come up with anything else, I'll definitely DM you and I'll let you know about it. If you have to ask me anything, just comment below. Let's quit. That was Dragonix, and let's move on to the next game. I'll just save this file because I don't trust my computer, man. Alright, so that was Dragonix by shaolindave. Check whether I'm recording or not. Yes, I am recording. So let's move on to the next game. It's called Call of the Unicore. Take care of the little big Unicore. Take care of the big little Unicore by making sure that it's kept well fed, healthy and entertained, and do so while making sure none of those weird looking entities get to it. So I guess this is one of those games where we have to protect a thing and feed it, give things to it, that kind of game. So stay close to the Unicore and use right click to feed him, heal him or play with him. Use scroll wheel to switch between different items that you have corrected. Okay, for cool experience, go full screen. Entry for Ludum 46. Compo solo entry done in 48 hours. So it's solo entry, that's cool. Re-upload, all that's fine. This is good. This is a better itch page because now I can know a bit about the story. I know what's happening over here. I can see. And then we have instructions over here. That's really good. Nice. Let's try this game. It's called Call of the Unicore. Boom, boom. So yeah, this is good. Okay, we got instruction. So the game started, I guess. I am not it. Yeah. Oh shit. No. I'm sorry. Heal it. So these kind of games I can't really talk a lot while playing because I tend to screw up things. Not really good at multitasking, I guess. So what is this soup? Oh yeah, no, actually that's a cow. Oh, that's a Game Boy. All right. So let's health. Oh god. I'm sorry. Where's health? Give me health. Oh, it's fine. The music is pretty good. I like it. One thing that I would want you to do is not make it a clicker while letting me have a bigger rate of fire, you know. Make it semi-automatic at least. Take everything. Leave the poor guy alone, man. The art is really good. I like it. Feels good to control the character. Feels kind of slippery at times, but then not that much. It's good. It feels not that bad to control, you know. The animation style is good. Okay, have some games, man. Leave the poor guy alone. Attack me. Food. Leave the poor. Oh, come on, health. No. Get health. Health. Leave him alone. Game over. Alright, let's have another go. And then I'll try to focus. I'll try to break the game if I can. How can I break the game? Is there a way to break it? One thing that I like is the monsters are not just focusing on the big guy or just us, because I have seen many of these games, they are not trying to have that balance maintained. Either the bad guys always follow you or they are always going for the target, because there are many such games in this jam. We have to save someone from something, keep feeding them, giving them love and all those kind of things to make sure that we are moving around, and this game does a pretty good job of it. Maybe you could have introduced something for defense also, and those can be like shields or generators, and you have to go all over the place to restart them, making me go further away from the whole game. It's good that the enemies have projectiles, so they are quite, and I can see that there's variation in the enemy type, so that's also good. I like the music, I like the sound, I like the game design. It's a made game of this category. Maybe you could have variable pitches for your gunshots so that they don't sound so monotonous. And yeah, the rate of fire, improved rate of fire. Maybe you could have oh god, it's angry, because you see these guys have like these big projectiles, and our projectiles feels pretty weak at times. They feel pretty good, but a bit of screen check was required, I guess. And I like that you are giving me breathing time to go around and collect stuff. That's really good. And they have, okay, I died. Respawn, so they are giving me a second chance, but I don't have any defense, so if there are any enemies close by to a little big Unicore, then we are screwed. So maybe you could have few defense, and because it doesn't make sense to leave the main guy this exposed, right? Maybe I had a score of 370. It's a good game. I like playing it. I like that you kept variations, and the fact that this was made in 48 hours. It's pretty impressive, man. Few things that I really like about the game is it's looking so dreadful. Oh my god, it's so sad. And then they keep respawning on until we, oh god, they are just feeding on it. They're just feeding on it. They just don't stop coming. Anyway, the music is pretty good, and the variation is there. We have to move around to gather things. That's there, but I don't really see USP in this game, unique selling point. So because don't get me wrong, but this game is following a pattern, a well-established pattern, and that's not bad to follow. But maybe you could find that USP in today's competitive market, then it'll be really good for you as a developer. If your games are really showing off that uniqueness, or there should be some kind of element that you should be able to tap into. So if that element is there in your game as a game designer, what I don't know what I'm talking about at the moment, but you get the point, right? So let's see what we can do for these kind of games in general to make it more exciting. Few things, like I said, is always keeping upgrades and things like that scattered around in the map. You can have areas that you can unlock once you have enough score, and then you have to juggle between that. You can have turret systems and all those kind of stuff. You can have a mechanic where you can move the big guy, so you can plan out your things before the next wave starts, something like that. That will be interesting enough to have a new oversee on it. There can be multiple characters, and each character having a different role. One is for defense, one is for repairing things. That can be done to make it unique in this thing. You can have trade-offs. I can see that we respawn once we die, but maybe you should give the player some kind of advantage at the same time and some kind of disadvantage at the same time. I see the game doesn't stop for us, but maybe what you can do is put up a temporary shield, and then to really give the player some sense of assurance that okay, when he comes back he can really fight them back, and maybe some time of invincibility to the player when he respawns, because in the end you want the player to feel more satisfied. You want the player to feel more, because in the end you want the player to feel like a badass who is saving the day, and you don't want them to feel helpless in the situations. And I see that the collision detection and all those kind of things are done pretty well over here. There is breathing time, but I don't like that we have to keep like doing this for shooting. So after a while it gets really tough. And the score system, I guess it's just going on. So maybe if when I kill an enemy I get extra points to make it more, satisfaction, to give the player more satisfaction. Right now I don't feel rewarded when killing these guys. The only reward I'm getting is protection. That's good that I'm safe when I kill them, but if I got more points, then that would have been great. I like how you. Okay. So, so if you could give me more points for killing these guys, and then give me more options for attacking, maybe a close range attack also, and maybe some way to defend a big guy. Because one thing that most of the games in this category fail to do is defense in multiple ways. The only thing most of the games consider is for defense, where you can kill the enemies coming, or you can set up defense traps. If you can maintain a good balance between attack and defense, then that's when the game becomes interesting. Right now I'm just going around killing people. The only sense of purpose I'm serving at the moment. Okay, I'm talking. I need to either talk or play. Okay. Dum 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 dum. The music is good. I like the music. Anyway, so yeah, that's few things about the game. And talking about the general feel of the game, felt pretty good to play the game. The art style is good. Innovation wise, maybe few things could have been done to make it more good, but I like that the enemies don't just focus on the big guy over there. They actually try to kill us also, and they shift between killing us or going behind that big guy. That's done. That's really good. Fun wise, yeah, I had fun playing it, but the novelty of the game dies pretty soon. After one playthrough or two playthroughs, I'll be like, okay, I'm done with the game. So maybe to fix this, what I recommend doing is maybe add an experience system, maybe a hidden experience system which the player doesn't need to see, and make sure that you're tracking that progress. So each time you make sure that the player's difficulty curve, the game's difficulty curve is more dynamic based on the experience of the player and the pace of the player. You can do that by doing multiple things. I'm not an expert in this topic, but I guess you can do that by keeping a count of the kill rate and all such kind of things, how much of our health is and all that kind of stuff, to make sure that you have a more dynamic enemy spawn system. That would really make the game much more replayable, and putting a difficulty curve, and then you can have multiple maps. That'll always make a game be much more fun. Such kind of game where you can try different scenarios, you can have defense systems, you can have teleporters or something like that, to make it more unique. I'll be seeing a lot of these type of games, so maybe I'll come up with more design choices or design elements in the future videos, so do try to check them out too. Anyway, so that's it for me in this game at the moment. I am really blank for now. That was Call of the Unicore by, let's see quickly, by sndr Sandra. I'm sorry if that's not the name. I don't know why that came out. Guess it's from sndr. Let's see if they have any comments or something like that. No, they left no remarks, so that's the game. Entry for Ludum Dare. Cool game, cool color choices. Exactly. Let's move on now. Let's save this. Alright, so the next game is Keep It Alive. So this is a game from Bunny Dan. Help Pit the pony by keeping him alive as he tries to escape the coal mine. Can you find all the 100 apples while keeping it alive? Keeping it alive. Control A and D to run, W to jump, space to kick. Alright, so let's try to keep it alive. Keep it alive. Keep it alive. Let's try to... I know that's not the song. Yeah, better be right. So this is a game by, I don't remember, Bunny Jen. Sorry man. Let's try Bunny Jen. I hope that they have some music. I want to grow on some music because this game looks like it can use some music with the horse and the cheeky writing. I'd love to have some good music for this game. It's loading. Wow. Okay, we have it. It is loaded. Takes me back to my childhood when we had long loading screens. That's it. We have music. Reminds me of those old flash games of good old days, you know. Those old flash, let's just call them flash games of good old days. FGGOD. Yeah, FGGOD. Silly. We got another loading screen over here. Again, reminds me of those old flash games, you know. So we have a pit over here. In a pit, space for kicking, but that doesn't look like kicking to me. That's how it houses. Oh, okay, the camera needs improvement because I don't want the camera to have such sudden movements when I'm jumping. That's one mistake that many people do, but I want the camera to remain still when I'm jumping. Can you see this? Is there a dirt mark on my screen or it's on the horse? I guess it's a layer they added. I think it's now visible on the horse also. The art style is pretty good. I like it. Got some apples here. The game loop gets repeated. This gets kind of repetitive. Oh, we fell in a pit. Pit fell down the pit. I was not able to keep Pit alive because he fell down the pit. So that's what the camera problem. That's where the camera problem comes in. If the camera was well positioned, I'll go there. I'll go back there and let's see if the camera. See, now I can't really tell that if I fall down, I'll die. So maybe something to think about. Maybe we can kick. Yeah, also that's what the kicking is for. It's for breaking crates. Let's break him. We got carrots. We got a floating box over here. So
something to take care about, or they fall down. One thing that's for sure is Pit looks like he's like running on ice, so maybe you could have not trapped him inside a cave but in an ice cave, then it would have made sense. But right now he is so slippery, sloppily, I don't know, he slips a lot and it looks like he's running on ice, so that's something that you need to take care about. I guess the task is to keep him alive and collect the apples. Oh, that came out of nowhere. Oh, I died. So I can't touch it. So how is it? I mean, something to think about, man. I don't think a horse will die when a rock comes and touches him. He'll die if it crushes him, it's falling on him. Maybe it's rolling with speed, but not when I go and deliberate it. Okay, I died again. God. So the response time needs to be fixed. I see how that you are giving explanation. I mean, how we are. I see that if we come to stop suddenly, like change direction, then we do the skidding. But it looks like he is on ice, to be honest. It's not really looking like he's trying to stop himself. It's looking more like he's, sliding rather than coming to a stop. It looks like he's sliding away. So maybe something to think about. So you can fix that. The music needs some few more elements to be introduced here and there. Now okay, I can see the boulder over there on the top, but see, it's there. Let's go down here. Let's see what we have here. Okay. For some reason my audio is giving me a lot of problem. Due to the quarantine, I'm not able to use best equipment at the moment, but yeah, it's something. Like I was saying, we die. I mean, it's very difficult to control our horse movement. I can't really put him where I want him to be, and that's not really something that you want, even if it's a horse. And I understand he's traveling at great speed, but at times I'm able to stop him instantly, but at times he's just slipping, like very slippery. So something that you need to think about. And the jump doesn't really make sense. You should not be able to reach this height this easily. It should be more of this at the time, all the time. And he's like jumping. His jumping is really good, and his vertical. This is very unnatural and it's feeling really out of place. This action over here. So this would have looked much better. This much, and if you really want to put that, so you need to like actually move forward, and this slippering needs to go with the slippery, sloppy movement. Apart from that, yeah, one thing that I would recommend you or any platformer to do is try to work on the movements as much as possible, because that's the whole point. The story and all, you can work on it eventually. Okay, is it collapsing? Okay, so the screen is shaking before this guy comes, and so this thing will stop him. That's good, and I can destroy it. Okay, so why are the carrots like going all over the place? I have no idea. So anyway, it's a really cute game. I like the art style, I like the art direction, to be honest. It reminds me of the good old Flash games. The music needs improvement. It's a groovy music. I can see myself grooving to it, but it's way too repetitive and it's feeling way too short. To make the music more interesting, what you can really do is have a bass sound playing all the time, and then you can take some choirs, you can take some chords, you can take some key sections and introduce them at different times in the music randomly, making it more dynamic and more rich and making it more interesting. This way you will have a whole section that there's a less chance of player listening the same section again and giving more variation than having a single loop being played again and again. If that's not possible, the best thing that you can do is take a longer section, a longer loop, to be honest, and then if you take a longer section, then the player will not notice it that much. But if you take a small section, then it's very noticeable, and if the small section is kind of monotonous, then it gets really annoying after a few rounds of gameplay. And you need to add few sound effects to really sell off the game, like horse moving on the floor, jumping, all those kind of effects, sound effects. You have the apple effect, that's good. When we collect the apple, I can see some crunching and all that kind of stuff going on, that's okay. But the horse itself is not making any noise, any sound, so that's really that should be done. I guess we can push it, and then we have our exit here. I guess I'll try to come. I guess we are supposed to just go to the left, yeah, and we reach the exit. So a cool game. I like the artwork a lot, to be honest, and if polished and if made more consistent and then I would definitely buy a game in this art style. I like the abstractness in it and the amateur feeling that we are getting from it. So that was about Keep It Alive. A lot of things could have been done in the game to really improve the gameplay. I primarily focused on the movement of the horse and the music and all that kind of stuff. I primarily focused on the music and the movement because that's something that was hitting me on my face. Not like literally, but you know what I mean. Apart from that, I see that there's some kind of exploration going on over here. So to make it really interesting, you could really expand upon it. It's a really unique concept, but this can be one of those weird games which are weirdly good. You know what I mean? A horse going through an epic journey, different levels of caves, there's this desert land and all that, just to go get back to its owner. It's an epic story, something like that. I don't know, I'm just filling few words here and there, but I could see that there's some kind of explanation over here. Maybe you could have something more than just apples. You could have some more puzzle elements in the game, keys, doors, all that kind of stuff to make it interesting. And I always say that a theme in a game, a theme in a game jam is more or less like a tool for you. If you can't really come up with ideas, and it can be, and I like when the theme is incorporated in the game and it's not like a very on your face kind of thing. And with Keep It Alive, we can't really say where we can draw the line of if it is a key element in the game or if it's a side element, because almost every game out there has a thing that you need to keep alive. It can be time, it can be health, it can be so many things. So here of course we need to make sure that our pit is not falling down the pit and not being crushed by things. Maybe you could add some more traps for pit to avoid and you keep him alive, going around collecting apples. Maybe add some sense of purpose for collecting the apples. What is the purpose of the apples at the moment? It's just something that it's more or less like a achievement at the moment, and that's fine if you want to just keep it as an achievement, but give it a reason. Maybe place it at keep it at places where it's very difficult to reach and the player should get a sense of satisfaction. I guess here the point is to really explore, then make few places locked and make the player explore more and find ways to unlock paths. And again, this is way over the scope of the jam, I understand that, but my feedback is regarding the game as a game, not as a GM jam game, but as a game as a general. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you get what I mean, right? I'm trying to just see your work and trying to see where you can take it and what all you can do in it and what all is good in it. I kind of like the music a lot, but I wish that it was not just a single loop. I wish there was something more to it. I wish there was variations to it. I wish I could really move around to it, like dance to it. And yeah, it's a cool, cute little game. I've spent a lot of time on this now. So yeah, if you want to know more about, if you want to talk more about your game or anything, you can join the Discord server. This was Keep It Alive by a few fantastic people out there. Let's close it. This was Keep It Alive by these people. Audio credits, so we have few audio credits here. The music is Happy Cave, I guess, by this guy. So they do have a comment, I guess, remark. Yeah, hey, this is me and my BF's first game. We would love some feedback on how to improve, as we have loved making a game together and would like to enter more game jams in the future. So yeah, basically that was it for me. Would love to see how much you improve on your game development journey and what else you make in future. And these were the things that I would love to see being improved. Basically the movement, get it right. That's one of the core element of a game that you need to really get into it. I see what you wanted to do in the game with the sliding and all that, but at times I didn't feel that I was in control of the character. It was way too it felt as if he was running on ice, to be honest. So if you would have replaced the cave with the ice cave or something like that, then it would have been more believable and improve the camera a bit. Let me know where I'm going. This is one of the most important rules of a platformer, is have a bit of is to show the player where he'll be going. The offset maintenance should be done. I should be knowing that there's a pit in front of me and that I'll be dying if I fall down, and it's not a way. That should not be discovered by random and then stored in the memory of the player. That kind of stuff. So love to see what you do in the future.
Alright, so that was Keep It Alive. So the next game we have Cheat or Die by Sofy 35 and Kanonix. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, greetings everyone. I hope you had a good time during this Ludum Day. As a team of two, we introduced to our game this jam. We introduce you our game for this jam, Cheat or Die. The artwork is really good. I like it already. I don't know how the game will be, but the artwork is good. As a united class, you have to help Matilde to get a good grade to her exam without getting caught by the supervisor. I like it. Like the art style. Don't get caught, be smart, and most of all, have fun. Alright, this reminds me a lot of Morty. Even this guy, they look like Morty from other universe. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but let's see. Classmate, we have to make. Okay, these are few screenshots over here, and yeah. So Kanonix did the development, sound, and GD game design, and we have Sofy as the game artist. Let's see if they have anything to say. Not this one. Not this one. This one. Not this one. This one. Yeah. We would be happy that you test our game and give us your feedback on several points that we could improve ourselves and make our game better. Perfect. Let's play again. The art feels good. Let's see how well it is being done in the game. When you leave such remarks, it really puts pressure on me. I'm like, okay, maybe they are expecting a lot from me. I'm a nobody. We have cheated. We have music. Matilda, if I fail this exam, my father is gonna kill me. Don't worry. We'll just have to make the supervisor isn't looking. Thank you guys. See you after exam. Yeah. So the supervisor goes around. Oh, okay. So we can pass around chits, I guess. And we have to make sure that we give it to our girl over here. Fine. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. So there are different states of alertness for an enemy, and so it's kind of like a stealth game in a way. Let's and I see there are multiple ways I can pass this chit around. Multiple paths, so that really adds up to the game. I don't really know when he's able to see me. Maybe it's the direction he's facing, of course, but how far can he see? Is there a limit? Okay, he caught us. So if I'll show you. Okay, if you are okay, I didn't think. Okay, he caught us. He caught both of us. Okay, so he saw me giving a chit to him. So no, we can't send the chit from this way. Okay, that's good. That's interesting, but I couldn't really tell when he was turning, so maybe you could add a cue to indicate when he's about to turn. That would have been a really great thing. Right now I can see he's walking, but see, he's turning quickly. I mean, he's not giving me any signs of turns. So me as a player, I just cannot figure that out on my own. And I think I'm gonna fail this exam miserably. So let's go. And that is brutal, man. That's really brutal. That's kind of sad for them. One thing that I really like is how they all are bobbing, and she's bobbing on the hi-hats, I guess. Yeah, there's a slight offset on her bob. I like that. I mean, it makes the game feel a lot like a rhythm-based game, and maybe you can utilize that, to make this guy's movement not totally random, but based on rhythm. When before turning, there can be a crash or something like that. I can't send the chit on that. This is the only way I can send it now. Like I lost two of my classmates over here. I can't really see this. Oh, that was close. That was close. Oh. Again, so you see what I was talking about, right? I think both of them are caught, and it's what will he do now? I think it's game over. Yeah, it's game over. I can't send her. Yeah. And this is like extremely brutal, man. This is very brutal, but I guess it's fine. I see. Let's try to play this game now. I know that you are trying to. The music is like really. I can see what. I can really see what you wanted to do with the music here. Maybe you could add a bass line to it just as a bass, like BASE, base of the whole thing, that is tying up the whole thing, giving it a groove, really, just to make it more fun to play. Oh god, we are caught. So I can't really tell when he's turning. Again, that's a constant problem for this. I like the game so far. I want to play more of it. I like the art style. I would love to see how much development is being made on this, and if you plan to continue working on it. Another thing that I would suggest you to do is have variation in the classmates. I guess this was a jam version, so you didn't bother much, but what you can do is have different students with different abilities. Maybe there's a sneaky one who can walk fast, maybe there's one who can cause distraction, all of them working together, helping a kid over here to pass. Oh god, again I'm caught because this guy is turning way too sudden. I can't really tell when he's gonna turn. And skip this, make this skippable, please. I don't want to go through all this again and again. I want it to be quick. I failed. I need to be able to play it right away, like this, instantly. And that's what you need to implement, quick replay. So if I fail, I should be like, okay, maybe what else can I do? Okay, this change, that change. Here's this interesting, cool idea. I mean, it's totally up to you if you want to use this, but what you can do is keep a recess hall kind of thing, okay, where you can go around and hire your classmates to help you out, like talk to them. They can be someone who is a good at throwing things and all that. You hire a cool gang to pull off this master cheat kind of thing, those heist movies where you have to do this planning and all that kind of thing. So you go get the guys, and then you all sit down, and then you have to work together to make each other pass. There can be few smart ones over there who write the cheat or who write the answers, and then they pass it to the transporters. There can be few normal ones which can transport the cheat from one position to another, and then there can be few who can like throw it across the room. Few of them will throw diagonally. Interesting idea, and let me know before he turns. Don't make him turn suddenly. I know it may sound accurate, the teacher won't make a noise, but I guess the student will also be at a lookout and will be able to cancel out his move when he wants. This is something that I can't do in this. I guess I can cancel out in this stage, but when I'm passing, of course I can't. Thinking out loud, this sudden movements make sense, when you're passing chits around, and if the teacher does a sudden move, then you're caught. But that's when we have to really question ourselves. Do you want to make it more realistic, or do you want the game to feel more fun? So again, this is one question that I ask every game designer out there when I'm looking at their game, is what is the purpose of the AI in your game? Is the purpose to make the game more fun, or make it more realistic. So if you are able to decide that, and most of the time you want to make sure that the AI is making the game more fun rather than what. So this is happening a lot to me. I tried this game before and I was able to go through the first few rounds, and I wanted to show that because it's the same game loop that's been repeating again and again. So what you can do again is have, instead of just having different seat placement of a character over here, you can have like different arrangements, 2 2 3 2, and those kind of, the grid can be changing. So you'll have to recruit people based on that, and then you can go around and snoop around and find out who is gonna be who will be the supervisor for the exam. So based upon that, you'll know who all you'll be needing, if the supervisor is really strict or if it's easy, to make it really interesting. I'm just giving you ideas over here. Giving the teacher some kind of FOV, field of view, would be beneficial, although it's not really natural, or it's not realistic to give the supervisor a FOV, but it's a game, so you have to make the player feel more empowered no matter what. Even if the enemy is much more stronger than the player needs to feel as if he is this badass who can pull off anything. So you have to kind of work on that a bit. You can really make this rhythm based game and make our teacher move on the rhythm. Is he moving on the rhythm? I don't really think. Let's see. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. I don't think he's moving on music. His movements are not based on music, right? 1 2 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Or it's moved based on this. I don't know. I don't think it's based on rhythm. I like this concept of having 3 lives over here and being represented over here. And I like how when caught we break the chain and we have less options to pass the chit. That really gives the game a bit of improvisation, a bit of play. That'll give the player chances of improvisation and really make the game more interesting. Let's try to get at least some marks for our poor girl over here. This feels a bit off. It is done for comedic, is this done on purpose? The short legs and the tall body and the big body, I think that's done for comedic purposes. I hope so. It does feel like those Flash games from the past, so a few things that you need to improve. The background you need to improve drastically. I mean, it's looking like totally out of place. This one is looking like a green board for some reason, not like a classroom floor. It's not really fitting in with the whole game. Even the numbers over this this is a digital clock, but it's not actually looking like a clock. It's looking just like a circle with some numbers on it, so maybe something that's really adding up. maybe we definitely need to work on it. It's a fun game. I can definitely see this going to places if things are added on it. And this arrow over here that we see, maybe that can be used for multiple purposes. That can represent the direction we are looking, and the intensity of it will increase as time goes, or something like that. Different state of alerts. He is unpredictable, man. Is he predictable? I don't know, sorry, but it's a fun game. I would love to see what you do in this. I like how I like the scribbling effect. The game over screen is very funny. The whole game looks very funny, and I know this can be a lot more funny if a story is added and a lot of stuff is added, effects, and few more bits of juice and few more bits of game feel here and there. You know what I'm talking about. You can have like over the top expressions while it does have over the top expressions, so like over the top passing and all that. I like this game, man. I like the art direction a lot, and definitely if this game is being polished and worked upon, and something that I'll definitely keep an eye on. I like these kind of strategy building games, but at the moment there's like only one strategy over here. Make sure that you avoid this guy and make sure that you're passing it properly. Again, sudden turns. That's it for Cheat or Die. Good game. Let's see what else do we have here. We don't have anything else, do we? No, we don't. So this was Cheat and Die. It's available on Dare page. I'll leave a link in the description for everything. And that's it for now. So these were the 4 games that I played today. Dragon Eggs, The Call of the Unicore, Keep It Alive, and Cheat or Die. Interesting games. Would love to see what you plan to do, or if you're working on another game, if something is happening or anything like that. Would love to see what you plan to do next. And yeah, you can join the Discord server if you want to be part of the active feedback sessions. And I'll leave a link in the description below for the Discord server. That's it for now, guys. Stay creative, take care, bye bye.